is really unreal to me. I don't know where I left you guys. I don't feel like I came back on. I don't think I did after I got home. Because last night was just crazy. It was just nuts. I got home from work and then wanted to hurry up. I had about, I don't know, a half an hour to myself. So I wanted to get my Spanish done. And then I had to take Maddie to her ballet class because Derek was still in Maryland, and it didn't look like he was going to make our closing, which was really frustrating because they had to reschedule the night before, and I was like, I don't want to have to reschedule. So I called the notary, and she was like, okay, I won't come till 7, but there was a part of me who was like, he's not even going to make 7. My husband is a super hard worker. I mean, he's been with the same company. He left briefly a couple times, but he's worked for this man for 30 years. And ever since he was a teenager. And he gives him his life. It's unreal to me. I have a great work ethic. I think Midwestern people were just bred that way. A lot of hard physical labor when you're growing up. But I don't know. My husband was on his own after he was 16 years old and has worked really hard every day of his life. That's probably what attracted me to him, though, because that's how my dad was. And he just puts in 110% every single day. And I just don't think he's treated very fairly. I know we do have the opportunity, and we've been working on buying his junkyard, so he will eventually be the owner. Well, my husband's almost 50. It's like, how many years then are you going to work as the owner? He's going to want to work even harder if it's his own money. I mean, that's how he treats it. He always has treated it like it was his money, but he's making the owner millions. So he was over in Maryland, and I didn't think he was going to make it. So when I dropped Maddie off, I had to run home quick. She was only in an hour class last night. So between driving there and back, I only had like 45 minutes. So I get home, and Tate had a science test today. So we had to study for it yesterday. I wanted to make sure he was ready for it. And, oh boy. Yellow light. Oh, shit balls. Can't believe I made it. It was really red, actually. So Tate had a science test, so we're studying for his science test, and it's for him. Maddie has the same schedule every day, but for Tate, on top of everything, his schedule changes every day. So that's really difficult to keep track of. He needs a little bit more stable. He would do much better in school. I know it. It's just something I'm not willing to trade off right now. They actually reached out yesterday and asked me again if I could bring him in 2 days a week so he could have a little bit more structure, but no. It's something it's like I just keep putting stuff on the back burner because I'm like, okay, I gotta deal with this first. And we had to study, and we had things to correct. He had a couple social studies assignments that he just didn't do well on that he needed to fix. Some reading work he had a retake to do yesterday. It just was a lot, and I only had like 30 minutes. I went over a couple things with him, and it went really well. Like, he really seemed to know his science. They're doing cell theory and animal and plant cells, and he really seemed to know quite a bit of it. So I was really happy with him. He is doing well on this section of science. And we'll see how today's test goes. But he did much better on his retake. His teacher really helped him, like, slow down, and I think we're kind of like on the verge of developing a plan on how he will take tests moving forward, which is so great. A little less pressure, because then you don't have to ask to retake it and then set up times to retake it, you know. And 2 of his teachers have reached out and are setting up times to check in with him each week. So that's progress, finally, you know. After that, I had to run out and pick up Maddie because Derek was still traveling, and so I went and picked her up, and she came right out, and we got home. And then the notary called, and she's like, "I'm lost. The GPS took me to someplace I don't know where I am." And so I called the attorney, and I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me after all this?" But I was like, whatever, as long as it's still gonna happen, I don't really care. So I still had needed to do sprints, and this was 7:15 when she called. Still needed to do sprints. Derek made it home at 7 o'clock, so, and she called at 7:15 and said she was lost. So, you know, he ended up making it in plenty of time, whatever. He was exhausted, but. So I was supposed to do sprints then. Tate was supposed to go to basketball at 8 o'clock, and neither of those happened. I was just like, I don't know. I was completely wiped out. Being fasted on top of everything else was just like exhausting. I just wanted to take a bath and lay down, so that's what I did. I took a bath and laid down, but what I went to say is when I was starting my Spanish, my head started pounding again, like pounding, and my neck started to hurt, and I actually started to feel the vision stuff coming, and I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Another migraine? I've had like 6 migraines in the course of the last week and a half. I'm like, this is insane. And Eileen had said to me that she was actually surprised that I didn't have one due to all the emotional stuff, but I don't remember like emotional things triggering migraines for me. Maybe they do, I just, you know. And I went through a lot. I definitely went through a lot, obviously, in the last week, but that's a lot of migraines. But being that I took the medicine right away, within 30 minutes I felt better. Although I did wake up with some pain in my neck again, and a slight headache, but no throbbing or anything. And Derek accidentally poked me in the eye this morning, so pretty hard too, and it hurt. But yeah. So we ended up signing the paperwork, and I said to the attorney, I said, so my mortgage is technically due no later than the 16th of this month. And the lender had told me, don't make your January or February payment. And so she told me, she's like, you're paying, you know, being that we're paying the loan off and blah, 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 you know, you get to skip the 2 payments. And we had tended on paying, you know, like either paying it early, so March was taken care of, or whatever, with the February payment. So I just put the money into my savings account because I was like, well, it'll be nice. I'll have, you know, a couple months worth of mortgage payments saved, so, you know, it'll be easier. The problem is, like, my current mortgage company, it is like a 2 or 3 day lag when you transfer the money. So let me just tell you, I asked, I said, so my mortgage you know, you guys were closing on the 13th. My mortgage is due the 16th. Is it gonna be there? And he said, no, it won't. I was like, well, then I'm gonna owe them a late payment, and it's gonna be on my credit. You know, it's gonna show a late payment. And he's like, yeah, I would definitely go ahead and make your January payment. And I would have done that weeks ago. So now I don't think my transfer is gonna happen in time either. I don't think my money that I had saved to put into the mortgage, because of this delay it takes. I don't know why it takes so long. Like some things it's instant, and then this one, it's a credit union, so it takes a while for it to show up there. So I guess I could wire them some money or whatever, but annoying, you know, because I had asked several times. I should have just made my January payment. I know I would have got the money back. So now I got to figure that out today. Yeah. I haven't done my running in the last 2 days. So I've only missed the sprints. That's right. Yeah, I only missed the sprints because yesterday was technically a rest day. And today I have sprints, and I'm supposed to go shopping with my girlfriend and have dinner with her. And I still intend to do both of those things. I just know that I have more sprints to do, and when I get home, this fucker's in my lane. When I get home, I don't think I'm gonna have time because Maddie's dance class is at 4:15. So maybe I do it at my lunch break. Run sprints at my lunch break. I do have a little like walking treadmill in my office, so I can attempt to do it on my lunch break. That's what I should do. I can watch Bridgerton and run on my treadmill. Maybe I'll try that. I don't know how long the sprints are today. I know I had long ones on Tuesday that I skipped, so I don't think these ones. I don't know. Yeah, so it kind of sucked. I had a migraine last night and lots of pressure and stress going on. This fucker doesn't know how to drive. Jesus. Stupid bitch. Sorry. So I was down 2.0, which is a good drop for me. It just was extremely, like I earned every ounce of that, which is frustrating because it was so hard not to eat and I was miserable, and I feel like if I just would have ate something, I could have slept better and felt better, and and that's just a downside of fasting, But I made it through and I had a 2-pound drop. I'm a little concerned about the scale right now because I am down like a pound from where I was last Thursday, so that's good. But that's not enough, Like I'll be lucky to be 2 pounds under this week, which you go from 8 pounds to 2 pounds is such a disappointment. And I know notoriously the second week in any weight loss program sometimes is not very good because your body's kind of stabilizing from the big drop. But man, to have done as well as I have done this week, considering everything that was going on, I wish I would have at least, some good results. I really wanted 5 pounds a week. I know that's a lot to ask for. So I suppose if it's 3 or 3, I should be happy, but I don't know. There is a chance I might not even be down this week, and that really sucks. But like I said, I've been following the carbs, but I need to adjust the protein and fat. That is something like I can look at something and judge the calories pretty close and the carb count pretty close usually, but I'm always usually off on protein and fat because I never really have watched either of those, even previously doing keto. I never did, and that's probably why I wasn't I was successful on keto before, but I never lost a ton of weight like on it, like some people do. But I didn't follow the macros, all of them. And I was talking to my coworker about that. She's doing a different program, and her husband is counting macros, but she's not. And it is exhausting. It is exhausting giving that any extra time. And I'm so good at the calories, I'm not good at how much fat is in something or protein. So that'll be my goal for next week. unless miraculously I have a good number. If it's above 3, then I don't have a problem. Just keep doing what I'm doing. But if it's not, I need to make sure those macros are more in line. I think I'm doing good, and then I go in and I'm always over on the fat and the protein. So that will be my goal for next week, is to kind of dial in those other macros. I still don't know where we're going for dinner tonight. We have not discussed it. We both love sushi, and there is a good sushi place. I think I probably told you guys this. I just worry with the rice. I would like a tuna poke bowl, and I can eat like sashimi or something. I don't have to eat rice, but I would like a little bit. And then my favorite roll is the Mexican roll. So I want to look into how much are we really talking carbohydrates wise if I don't eat anything. Like, I'm not worried about calorie content because, I haven't eaten. So I should be fine there, but I don't want to just blow up because but I think I could probably have one carby meal and be okay, because I don't think rice is that bad. It could be. I know it's something to avoid. Like, it's going to have a keto grade of F, but I don't know. I would rather eat, I kind of been wanting a burger, so like a Whopper salad, so I probably will have that tomorrow, or Saturday. I was gonna do pulled pork, because I love pulled pork, and the Instant Pot is so freaking easy and delicious, and my family loves doing street tacos, pulled pork street tacos. I take like that mini tortilla and put the pulled pork and then a little bit of coleslaw, and then drizzle some barbecue sauce on it. It's excellent. I'll have to make a keto type version of that, but if it's my only meal, I'm like, I just don't want to go crazy on the carbs and knock myself out of ketosis, because you saw it was 0.8, so that made me feel better. It seems like I can get right back into it, and I noticed that my urine was showing 8.0. So I'm wondering if the blood ketones is like, like mine was 0.8 and the urine is showing 8. So I'm wondering, I don't know. I still have to look into that, because I know you wouldn't want to be 16 on your urine, on your blood ketones. I mean, I think you would be dead or something. I'm not sure. You would be in ketoacidosis, I'm sure. It would be really bad to be a 16 blood level of ketones. So it's got to be something like that. Even though they're both measuring millimoles. I don't know. But I'm guessing that means 8 and 0.8 is the same thing, because, and I don't know if I can get into 1.5 and then I check again and it's at 16, then that'll make sense to me. Yeah, I just slept like shit, unfortunately. I slept really bad. I had a headache, and I don't know, 2 pounds. Yeah, I guess it's worth it. I was just gonna say, I don't know if it's worth it, but that's a pretty good drop for me, especially that I'm not having the huge gains. So I just wish I was back to Saturday's weight today. Like, I wish I was 155 today, knowing I'm gonna eat and then I'll have a fasting day. Like, I'm gonna eat and only have that one fasting day before I weigh in. I don't know. It's the same thing I did last week. So, and I'm down lower than I was last week. So I just don't, I'm a little worried. And I know my stress is through the roof. So I don't know. That's all. I'll check in later with y'all. out to dinner tonight and do a little shopping. I'm going to get some new running shoes, which I desperately need because my leg is killing me. And I know it's because I've put too many miles on these shoes. So, and I have some returns to do to Bed Bath & Beyond. And that's all the plan. So I asked her where she wants to go out to dinner, and she's kind of back on somewhat of a nutrition program. She just wants to get her little bit of holiday weight off. So I asked her where she wanted to go, because I kind of wanted to look at the menu and kind of see what I was going to have to make it low carb. And I was talking to Eileen, I really wanted a burger, and that would be easy to do like anywhere I go and just get it with a salad. But she said she wants to go to my favorite place. My favorite place is called Blue Coast, and I always get the seared tuna, and they usually put it over a bed of vegetables and sometimes a root puree, or a very small, like a pad of mashed potatoes that they lay the fish across to make it look beautiful. It's not a lot, so I will eat whatever starch, and if there's vegetables that are starchy, I will eat them too. I should be under 50 grams of carbs. It shouldn't be a problem, right? Because of not eating. So let's hope. I did have some pumpkin seeds before I left work. I just was so hungry, and they were eating. And one of my secretaries is she's from Nigeria, and she has been cooking all the time. She has like a little wok in there and a little like skillet and all these electrical cooking things, and she was cooking something that smelled so fucking amazing, and I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna die. When I go to this restaurant, I usually have a martini or a glass of red wine, which I might tonight. I don't know. I kind of would love a glass of red wine, and I could use it. So I might. I will get the tuna, and I'll get it with the vegetables, whatever it comes with. And then I usually get, as an appetizer, a tuna poke. And their tuna poke is served with this fucking balls hot chili sauce, a little bit of spicy mayo, a little bit of seaweed, and then it usually has a little bit of barley, which I know that is probably going to be a bazillion carbs, but it's so good and so minimal. I will eat that too. The one thing I'm not sure about is they have the most amazing bread, and I might have a slice of it, so we'll see. I don't know. That is my hope, what I will have tonight. I love that meal. It's so wonderful and delicious, but we'll see. I don't know exactly carbs. It depends on what the vegetables are and what, if it is on some root puree or if it's actually on some mashed potatoes. It's really not, it's never a lot, and I don't know really how many, maybe a couple tablespoons of cooked barley, but we will see. We'll see how it is. I'll remember to take pictures of it tonight if that's where we end up. And then because my husband was saying, because I was telling him I'm kind of craving a burger, maybe we'll do burgers this weekend. He's like, you know what you haven't made in a while? The cheeseburger ring. And it's a Pampered Chef recipe. God, I did it a million years ago. And then we used to have it a lot before the kids were born. It was, you take crescent rolls and you make a wreath. I do this with I also do I have this Pampered Chef, all the greatest recipe book or whatever, and they have this braid that I used to make all the time too with crescent rolls. You fill it with like cheddar and broccoli and chicken, all cooked and shredded, and then like mayonnaise and dill and red pepper, and then you weave the crescent doughs into a braid, and it's so beautiful and so delicious and easy. But you do the same. You can do wreaths. You can do taco wreaths. You basically make taco filling and then you put it inside the wreath. And then the same thing with this cheeseburger. So it's like ground beef. You put American cheese, ketchup, mustard. I think that's it in the filling. And then you spoon it onto the crescent roll triangles, and you top it with a pickle, and then you fold it over and then cover it with a thing of cheese. It's really pretty and easy and delicious, like I said. So I thought what I would do is I put the recipe, I imported it into Carb Manager, and that is a feature with the premium that you can do. You can import it. And then I was able to edit it and take out the crescent rolls, and it's really reasonable. The filling's really reasonable, even using Heinz ketchup, and because the mustard's minimal and no carbs anyways, but the ketchup is going to give you carbs. And that's really it, as long as you take out the you don't eat the crescent rolls. Yes, the crescent rolls is a great part of it, but if I can eat the filling, that is going to be so satisfying. So I decided I would make a double batch of a cheeseburger all-American ring, and one batch will be just filling for me, and then Derek and Maddie can have the ring. It's really good, and it's such a great leftover. Like, it's perfect. So I don't know, I was planning on making some pulled pork, but usually when I do pulled pork, there's leftovers for days. So I'm thinking about that for Sunday, but that is not super clean. You know, I might need to just have like some chicken breast and salad. We'll see how the scale goes. I'm really excited about tuna tonight. It's super yummy. Why else do I feel good having a Diet Pepsi? But this is only my first Diet Pepsi. I drank over 100 ounces of water today. But I'm wondering if why I feel good is at lunchtime, I decided I wanted to get my run in because I'm headed home now and I have to take Maddie to ballet, and then I need to come home, and I'm only going to have a few minutes before my friend gets there, or I don't know, like if she's on time or whatever, but I kind of slammed here. So I was thinking maybe I could get the dogs out for a little bit, you know. So I decided to do my sprints. Well, holy hell. It was so hard. I don't know if it's because my shitty treadmill. It is so shitty. It's a folding treadmill. It's really, you should probably just walk on it, not run on it. But it's naturally at an incline, so that could be it. But like, man, I was like just putting it at 5.5, and my lungs were burning. It was crazy. Like, it was strange. Like, I don't know why it was so difficult. And these were not even the long sprints. They were the quarter mile sprints. They weren't even the half mile sprints. So I don't know. Taking 2 days off is not the reason. So I don't know. My lungs were burning so bad. I was sweating profusely. Like, and I don't really sweat that often. My underwear were soaked. My bra was soaked. And I was looking in I have a drawer that I have a pair of leggings and 3 or 4 extra shirts, because I used to run all the time at work. Usually after work I would go for a run when my kids were smaller, because they would go to the library after school, so then I had time. So they don't do that anymore, obviously. Well, they didn't even do that over the last couple of years, but I used to run right after work and get it over with, and it was so nice. But I would have, you know, a change of clothes, but I didn't have any underwear, and I had a bunch of sports bras that I could have peeled this one off, but man. So now I've been sitting in my sweat for hours. So gross. I told Eileen I was going to have crotch rot. And maybe that's why I feel so good. I don't know. Like, I feel happy and peaceful, and like I can tell I had a good burn in my lungs. it's like I feel it, like even in coughing a little bit. So I don't know, and it's strange. It was so hard, like the fourth sprint, I had like got off the treadmill and had to like catch my breath. I was like a little concerned, like I couldn't catch my breath. So I don't know what that was about, but I feel good. I'm really looking forward to dinner. This is the friend that sometimes can be a little crass, so I just hope I can have, a good time. I had a great time the last time we were together, so I'm sure we'll have a good time. Yeah. I don't think I got anything else accomplished today. I had some work to do, and I didn't do anything like for Tate's school or for, I didn't get any other crap done, but at least my run is done. I finished my Spanish before I left work. So now I can go home and just change and take Maddie and maybe let the dogs out for a little bit. So maybe that is it. No less stress that the whatchamacallit is done. The refi is complete, but it's not like a complete. Like I won't think it's complete until I have the new account set up and the old one paid off, that kind of stuff. But at least the settlement type is finished. Yeah, I feel good. So grateful for everyone that reached out and is helping me through grieving. It's really nice to have somebody to talk to. And if the scale doesn't cooperate this week, then I'm just going to give myself grace. Now, I don't like to do that too often, but I am going to give myself grace this week. I'm not giving myself grace to eat whatever I want. I'm sticking to the course, but if for some reason the scale doesn't tell me I did well, I'm going to let this week just be what it was, traumatic, stressful, and that might, it might take a little while for the scale to catch up, and I'm just going to accept that. But I'm not going to deviate from the plan. If in February I'm still not at my goal, then maybe I'll do another long couple fasts. I don't know. I'm 10 pounds from my lowest adult weight, so that's not far. And I know it's going to be extremely difficult to get to where I gotta. I gotta do something really substantial to shock my body, because it's gonna fight me. It's gonna fight this last 10 pounds, and I know that. So I have 10 pounds to my lowest adult weight, and then 12 pounds to my goal. So, and then I want to get a fasted weight too, but first things first, right? But I feel really good. I'm really appreciative of everybody, and I'm looking forward to this little break I need tonight. And that's it. I hope everyone has a good night. I'll try to remember to take pictures of my foods, and I'll check in tomorrow. Slightly annoyed. My girlfriend is always late. Are you guys always late? Or are you always early? Derek complains and says we're always late, but it's always, because of kids and stuff, it just is a lot to make sure you're all ready. And I feel we're getting better as the kids get older. But she texted me like at 5:05 when I expected her at my house, and she's like, I'm leaving in 5 minutes, which she lives 20 minutes away. So the running company, where I buy my shoes, closes at 6, and it's 5:25. So I don't want to walk in there as they're closing. That's rude. So I told her I would just meet her down at the beach, which sucks because I was looking forward to, going together, but whatever. I had enough time to shower and put on clean pants and underwear and even put on a little makeup, and so whatever. I'm sure I'll have a good time. I just was kind of bummed. She texted me too, so I hope she's not canceling. Do you want me to go to Blue Post and get a table? That's it. I'll let you know how my night goes. Your girl had 2 glasses of wine. I'm fine. Don't worry. Yeah. I love my girlfriend so much. She's just a fucking mess. You girls that come to Atlantic City, that's what she was just talking about. She's like, oh, it's on. Oh, we're gonna be a mess. It's gonna be a shit show. But you only turn 40 once, right? I had an amazing, amazing dinner. I got my returns done and I got my new running shoes. I will show you them. They're exactly my same running shoes, but just a different color. The guy wasn't very nice. He, you know, he was about 40 minutes from closing the store, and I think he was just like, ugh, person came in. I think my friend's gonna come next to me. Hi. You come here often?
This is a nice traffic light. Bye.
Bye. She's a mess. She was trying to race me. Silly. We had an amazing dinner. We went to Bed Bath & Beyond, and that was our shopping excursions. Didn't really do much shopping, but there was a ton of Christmas stuff on clearance because, you know, I need more Christmas stuff. But I got all these peanut, like, you know, like Snoopy peanut. They had all these like towels and stuff, like crazy marked down. I got a Peanuts Merry Christmas doormat for $2.50. Can't pass a good deal. So I got one for each of the doors. A bunch of like hand towels that would be nice for the bathrooms. A pot, like a planter, because I could never have enough planters. I feel like there was a plant that I have to repot, but I can't think of what one it is. But a very cool pot. I did return the coffee maker and the second thermometer that I got. So I got credit for both of those. And I returned, my friend got me the same blanket my daughter got me, so I returned that. And I returned, my daughter gave me Godiva hot chocolate cups, and I won't drink that. So I ended up with like $207 in credit at Bed Bath & Beyond. So I bought a bunch of crap, and I actually have more credit left over. And then we went out to dinner, and we went, my favorite place is pretty expensive, and I had a tuna poke, which I'll show you guys. Amazing. Just amazing. I don't even know, I told you, I think I told you, it has barley in it, maybe 1/8 of a cup worth of barley, and I have no idea. I would just assume that's all carbohydrate. Everything else, no, like super nothing probably. And then I had the tuna dinner. It was on a carrot puree, so yeah, we do have carbohydrates there. Kale, broccoli, cauliflower, plum tomatoes. I think that's it. So really just the carrot puree, and I didn't like lick the plate, and I actually only ate half the tuna. I don't know why. Like, I just wasn't I just couldn't eat it all. And then we also had a side serving of shaved Brussels sprouts that were just fucking amazing. They were flash fried with Parmesan on them. Oh my God, so good. I'm imagining that they probably taste like that in the air fryer, so I definitely want to try that. And again, I couldn't eat that, all of those, my half. She got steak. She got a huge shaved Brussels sprout salad and a crab cake and a steak and mashed potatoes. She ended up bringing most of the steak and mashed potatoes home though. But then we're like, should we get dessert? We had 2 glasses of wine each. She's the friend that stopped drinking, but she's New Year's Eve she told me that she was occasionally going to have a drink, and she intends to obviously get it in on my birthday. She's been saying how she's going to I'm a little afraid about how good of a time she's going to be having. So I was just telling her I'm a little afraid Friday night is going to be like a shit show, and then the rest of the weekend is going to be shot because I'm going to be recovering. I ended up having a great time, and I always have a great time with her. It's just, sometimes she says some things that hurts my feelings, and can be flaky, like when she says she's gonna be somewhere. But she was there for me for my surgery. She's always really been there when I needed her, so she's a good friend. You guys, girls that are coming, you're gonna love her. She's the fucking best. But yeah, I got a bunch of clearance stuff at Bed Bath & Beyond, and I did buy Maddie a robe because that was something I had wanted to buy her for Christmas, but they didn't have it. And I still have a credit left, and that'll be fun to go and shop with. And I got my new running shoes, and I'll show you guys. And I had a great night, and I feel good, and I'm not sad, and yeah. Like, I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was the running at lunch, being super hydrated, or if it's just the stage in grieving, or what, you know, but I feel amazing. Of course, like, I'm a little worried because I had a few bites of a cookie, and more, you know, not knowing the carb count on the food that I had, but pretty much, you know, I'm not miserable full. And I had a fantastic time. So, I mean, like I said earlier, if the scale isn't, you know, okay this week, I'm just gonna keep going. It's not gonna take this week too much to heart. But I really don't think I did that bad. I'll definitely post and show you guys what I ate. And I'm not miserable, and that's huge. Now, there's a part of me that's a little worried. Like, I would love to go home and eat that. No, I don't even know if I told you. When I got into work today, my coworker had given me a no-name cake from this restaurant called Mod, and I'm telling you, they are fucking amazing. They're like these, like a large ding-dong, but homemade, and they are so good. And I looked it up this morning because Eileen asked me, well, does it fit in your macros? No, that bitch doesn't fit in my macros. It's 35 carbs in one cake. And it's a one-person cake. So there's a part of me that just wants to go in and home and eat that. And being that I had 2 glasses of wine, the inhibitions are down, you know? So I could very well end up doing that. But it's my eating day, so if I decide to, but I just don't want to knock myself too far out of ketosis. But I have a feeling that I'm somewhat fat adapted because it seems like I'm getting right back into ketosis even after I eat. So we will check though. We will check on Saturday and see what my ketones are reading. Did I tell you I got a new meter? I went to order a control solution that I was telling you guys about. And when it was $20 and I could buy a whole new like kit with control solutions, new meter that's Bluetooth. It comes with an app. It was $44. So I was like, for another 24 bucks, I can get more strips. I can get a new meter. So I just ordered that. So it'll be nice. I'll just have a backup meter if mine's still working. I'm home safely. All right, I gotta carry in my stuff. I will check in with you guys tomorrow and see what the scale says.